You are never too old to learn and never too young to lead. So, let's this not just be another conference, but a memory we carry, the mindset we live by. Let's make this count. Thank you.
Recent decisions by US, including halting aid and allowing the destruction of $9.7 million worth of contraceptives. How does the USA reconcile this? And I would like to read the agenda: ensuring ethical allocation and preservation of donated medical supplies in conflict-affected regions.
All those in favor, please raise your placards. All those against, please raise your placards. The motion does not passes. Delegate of Germany may have the floor.
Honorable Chair, I would like to raise my agenda on mental health and global vaccine inequality.
All those in favor, please raise your placards. All those against, please raise your placards. The motion does not passes. Delegate of Kenya, you may have the floor.
Honorable Chair, distinguished delegates, the motion I want to propose is tackling spread of infectious diseases during conflict.
All those in motion, all those in favor, please raise your placards.
सपोज डेलीगेट ऑफ रशिया की डिबेट चलिए डेलीगेट ऑफ क्यूबा से, तो कोई भी अदर डेलीगेट अपना प्लेकार्ड रेज नहीं करेगा, और अगर जिसे रेज करना है तो सिर्फ 2 डेलीगेट्स रेज करेंगे, एक फेवर वाला एक अपोज वाला। आपको जो अपना फेवर बोलना है, फेवर में आपको क्या ना जो मैटर है दूसरे डेलीगेट का जिसके फेवर में आप बोल रहे हैं वो मैटर होना चाहिए, कोई अपनी कंट्री का या अपना सजेशन नहीं होना चाहिए। अपोजिशन में आप क्वेश्चंस पूछ सकते हैं उस डेलीगेट से जिसके अगेंस्ट वो चल रहा है, उससे रिलेटेड क्वेश्चंस, एक्स्ट्रा कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं होगा। सबसे मेन बात, जब डिबेट चलेगी तो डेलीगेट्स के बीच में डेलीगेट जो क्वेश्चन पूछेगा तो आपको जो आंसर देना है पहले उसका रीजन बताना है उस क्वेश्चन का आंसर, उसके बाद जो डेलीगेट जिसने क्वेश्चन पूछा है वो कहेगा कि पॉलिसी बताओ, किस पॉलिसी के अंडर आपने ये रीजन दिया है। इज दैट क्लियर? तब वो डेलीगेट एजेंडा देगा, वो पॉलिसीज बताएगा अपनी, डायरेक्टली पॉलिसीज नहीं बताएगा वो अपनी, ये आर्टिकल्स। इज दैट क्लियर? और अगर कोई डेलीगेट को हम आज 2 डिबेट्स हैं, जिस डेलीगेट को डिबेट 1 में चांस मिल जाएगा उसे सेकंड डिबेट में चांस नहीं मिलेगा। तो आपको ये थिंक नहीं करना है कि हम बायस में हैं आपके साथ, ये जजिस के साथ हमारा हो चुका है सेटलमेंट। इज दैट क्लियर? Is there any opposed to the points? Is there any opposed to the points? Okay, we will start with the unmoderated caucus. और हाँ, सबसे मेन बात, मॉडरेटेड कॉकस में कोई भी डिवाइस यूज नहीं करेगा, प्रीफेक्ट्स रहेंगे आपको वॉच करने के लिए, वो आपका नेम्स हमें बता देंगे और आपके मार्क्स डिडक्ट हो जाएंगे। कोई भी किसी तरह की वीडियो फोटो क्लिक नहीं करेगा। ओके, फोटो वीडियो बनाने के लिए टीचर्स हैं आपके पीछे, आपके स्कूल के। इज दैट क्लियर? नो यूज ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डिवाइसेस ड्यूरिंग मॉडरेटेड कॉकस। Is there any opposed to the points? Okay, we will start with the unmoderated caucus. 9:30 to 10 a.m. You can use your electronic devices in unmoderated caucus. Thank you.
As everyone was absent.
Some were absent at the time, so now she is repeating it.
Good morning, everyone. Honorable Chair, respected delegates. Today, as your Vice President of UNSC, I stand before you honored that you are all here. Our agenda is not just any other of the topics. Today, I stand before you, your Vice President of UNSC. I'm really honored that you are all here. The agenda is not any other topic. It's actually true, it's real, and it's urgent. And it affects life of people, millions. Today, as I stand before you, I assure you that there will be no biasness against anyone. Also, let's just not forget we're delegates in a simulation. We're a part of a generation
a chance. Because it was very difficult to manage yesterday, a lot of time was wasted. That's why we are beginning 5 minutes early. I feel there is no problem in this.
Sir, actually it was till 10. It is till 10.
Who are in favor of starting moderate caucus right now, please raise your placards. Delegates who oppose, please raise your placards. The motion clearly passes. That's why we are starting the moderate caucus early. Delegates, now you are in 45 minutes of moderate caucus. Kindly switch off your mobile phones, laptops and any other electronic gadgets. If we find that you are using any mobile phone, if we find that, you will be exempted from this committee at once. I feel it's clear to everyone. Any motions on the floor? Yes, delegation.
Honorable Chair, distinguished delegates, the Middle East has long been a cradle of civilization, yet today it suffers from wars, extreme and displacement on unpredictable scale. For Hungary, this instability is not a distant concern. It directly affects our borders, our security and the unity of the European Union. Hungary firmly believes that addressing root causes weak governance, terrorism...
Delegate, kindly conclude your question. It's looking like GSL. Kindly
Yes,
conclude your question in one line.
I am speaking speech.
It's not this. Today we are not going with the GSL. The debate is going on. You have to raise the questions. GSL is done only once.
Okay, fine. I want to raise my question to the delegate of Tajikistan.
Tajikistan.
Yeah, right.
All right. Delegation of the Tajikistan, kindly stand up.
I want to ask that what is your stand in this agenda?
What is the agenda?
All right, you may answer it later on.
I'd like to answer now. Am I allowed?
Okay, you may have the floor.
Tajikistan is deeply concerned about the uncontrolled flow of arms in the Middle East. We are not an arms exporter, as sharing a border with Afghanistan affected us indirectly but by arms smuggling. As a supporter of ATT and UN peacekeeping, we have put a ban on arms sales to terrorist groups.
Delegation, is this answer satisfactory? No? Yes. Kindly sit down. Any other motions on the floor? Yes, delegation, that last bench. Yes. Yeah.
I want to ask question from Brazil.
Delegation of Brazil.
So, how does Brazil justify exporting arms to countries involved in the Yemen conflict like Saudi UAE while you support peace and human rights in these regions? Isn't that double standard? I'm sorry.
Brazil wants to clarify that we never send arms trade to...
Delegation, first of all, you have to use right to reply. Thereafter, you may begin.
Can I reply?
Yes.
Brazil has never sent arms trades to countries in Middle East. We have sent it to Latin America and South Africa instead.
You have sent $6.9 million weapons to Saudi in 2024, and I have the source, which is S.I.P.R.I. and human
covering 25% of land.
The state of Israel
Israel recognizing the irreplaceable value of biodiversity and the urgent need to conserve ecosystem. Despite its small geographical area, Israel hosts over 2,800.
Yes, delegate of Mexico.
Honorable Chair and fellow delegates, I would like to respectfully clarify that while global unity is indeed important, this moderated caucus should aim to an interactive debate where the problems actually lie. Some powerful countries continue to misuse natural resources, exploit ecosystem and fail to take strong actions. Meanwhile, many developing or vulnerable countries are suffering the consequences even though they have contributed the least to the problem. We must point out where the gaps are, who is not doing enough, and what needs urgent correction. Only then we create strong and fair global selection. Thank you.
Counter questioning.
You have to counter next question. Do you have any question from delegate of Israel?
No, I don't want.
Okay.
Point of order.
Yes, delegate.
She is telling the schemes and we have to do counter questions.
She is telling the schemes, but you have to ask the question. Is there any incorrect?
She is giving the speech, but she have to answer. She have to do counter questions.
You have to do a question from her.
She have to do. She is doing. She is giving the schemes and telling about her country. As you said earlier, there is only counter questions, not about telling the schemes or something else.
Okay. Please be seated. Yes, delegate of Nepal.
Delegate of Nepal want to ask question from Germany. Delegate of Germany. Germany funds global climate efforts, but how much of that is directly, especially toward biodiversity restoration in developing nations like Nepal?
Delegate of Germany, would you answer it later on?
Via GIZ, Germany built recycling and waste management plants in 38 countries, including Ghana, India and Indonesia, helping communities reduce plastic wastage.
I am asking about funds global climate efforts.
We are also the second largest donor with the UN Global Environment Facility with over 500 million euros on mark for marine plastic solutions. We are donating funds, no?
Delegate of Germany, kindly listen his question. Please repeat the question.
I am asking that Germany funds global climate efforts, but how much of that is directed especially towards biodiversity?
Point of information.
Yes, delegate of Singapore.
I would like to question my fellow delegate of Brazil. How can Brazil claim to be committed to biodiversity conservation when deforestation in the Amazon, often called the lungs of the earth, reached record highs even after signing climate and biodiversity agreements?
Brazil action to protect ecosystem distribution. In Brazil, over 30% of Brazil's land is under some form of protection. These are involvement in CBD, conservation of biodiversity, biological diversity. We are promoting sustainable development project also.
What are your references? What are the reference of this information?
Brazil's Wikipedia.
Wikipedia. Yes. Wikipedia is not the valid source.
Delegate, you have to answer this question. She is asking that what type of management you are taking to reduce the deforestation in Amazon rainforest.
I will answer it next time.
You would like to answer it later on? Okay. Next point.
Delegate of Algeria, delegate of Bhutan, delegate of Japan. Is that clear? Delegates, after 2 minutes, we will start with the moderated focus debate first.
स्पीच के लिए आप जा रहे हैं, भेज दिया मैंने।
No? Okay, later. So we will start with the moderated caucus. No one will use electronic devices. Please put your electronic devices center of the table. Center of the table. No one.
There is no need of keeping it.
There is no
Keep
need.
with you.
We trust you. Okay.
You're welcome.
And I also give my phone to the judges table. See.
Very warm good morning to all of you. South Korea support female entrepreneurship through various intensives, including financial support, training and network opportunity. The government plan to invest KRW 910 billion to raise a venture capital fund of KW 1.7 trillion for women's-led businesses. The Academy for the Women Entrepreneurship Women Korea provide training and mentorship wills network event connect women entrepreneurship with startup leaders and funders. Thank you.
Thank you, delegate. Any other delegate? Is there any favor proposed regarding delegate of South Korea? Delegate of UK? Oppose or favor? Okay, oppose. You may.
You are talking of economic equality of women, but facts contradicts your statement. Your country has the highest gender pay gap in the world, that is 29.3%.
Delegate of South Korea?
South Korea is working on it by implementing many acts like connecting acts or framework acts.
Is there clear delegate of UK? Delegate of South Africa? In favor or oppose? No.
Oppose.
We have only two delegates, one in favor and one in oppose.
The delegate of South Korea tell the acts, but what are the acts? Name
Please
them, na?
repeat the act that you just quoted.
Delegate of South Korea, please tell your acts regarding your reason to answer the question of delegate of UK. USA delegate of South Korea. Is there any points? Okay, any other delegates? Delegate of Bhutan?
I would like to ask the question to the delegate of Afghanistan.
Delegate of Afghanistan?
Delegate of Bhutan.
What are the most significant challenges Afghan women face in starting and running business under current political restrictions?
Can you repeat it?
Please repeat the question.
What are the most significant
To the closing ceremony of the Model United Nations Conference hosted by our school, S.D.Public, a platform that echoed with diplomacy, debate and determination over the last 2 days. A heartfelt welcome to our distinguished and the colleagues who stand for peace when silence is easier. Honorable guest of honor, Honorable experienced and director, I request the teachers and the delegates to please stay in the auditorium and don't move till the honorable guest of honor,
It was a matter of great joy to work along the wonderful people like you. Point to be noted of plenty sessions, role of UNSC committee, aggression of WHO committee, banding and evidence of UNEP committee, as the best parts of my annual experience. The most important thing I have liked about you guys is you never gave up. You have proven that you are capable. You can do. I must admit, we want if we want.